Growing up in the church, I thought I knew all the right answers.
I was a daily drinking alcoholic.
And I wandered away from the church.
I remember saying to Mike, he left the church for a while and his life just got...
I was in a Christian school, but I still walked away from the church, walking into drug and alcohol addiction.
God's got these rules all the time, and I'm just going to avoid them.
Poured me into a life of addiction with drugs and alcohols. I was trying to fill something that only God could fill.
Well, her and I lived in that drug world for about a year and a half. I was driving to work, and I get a phone call from my wife. So she calls me screaming. Some guy came to the house and held her up gunpoint in front of her two kids.
Our stories come from such different places, but they intersect at Christ.
I was on a missions trip to Mexico with my brother. We're literally driving on desert roads. You know, we do our best to try to drive up on the embankment, but it's too late. When the truck hit us head on, it literally flipped us. You just started praying, and it was just the most helpless feeling, and just that helpless feeling is wretched. We are a podcast designed to point men towards Jesus, and we drop content weekly.
Maybe we could start a podcast, and you go, what?
Are we perfect? Hell no. We have so much that we're working on, and the reason why we started this podcast is
the original thing we said when we conceived this podcast was we're two guys who've accumulated nearly 100 years on this planet, and most of it was mistakes.
Drunk in front of a group of Christians. And instead of them harping on me, they showed me grace. Well, this podcast really is designed for men to point you towards Jesus. We also have a lot of women that get on and check it out as well. So if you are on here, hopefully you can find some content that will help you walk away feeling encouraged.